Yeah, so our topic for today is actually increased asset life in uh an increased asset life span with CMMS. Okay. Okay, I hope you all are spotlighted. I am spotlighted, so you should be able to see. So I'm working with the OBS thing. So I'm not just sharing screen, but my screen is my image, is my PowerPoint slide, all the same. Okay, basically what we are doing is we're going to look at how to improve your asset life. That's a basic. So for this morning, what I'm going to do is I'm going to run just a few topics, a few things. How to turn your maintenance into a profit center. Because at the end of the day, if you do a good maintenance job, then your maintenance should be able to be improved in terms of costing, because is it maintenance is always grabbing a lot of maintenance costs from the company. So if you have a good equipment asset life, basically what it does is actually it reduces the cost of operation. And how then do you actually improve your asset life? And then we're going to look at some maintenance strategy before we actually take a look at how CMMS can actually help us to improve the asset life. Now, to turn your maintenance into a profit center, there's program, one indicator that a lot of companies are using today is what they call the overall equipment effectiveness. Throughout the talks, sometimes I may refer back to this one. Basically, overall equipment effectiveness is consisting of three factors: the availability, which is actually either your uptime of equipment, utilization, how are you utilizing them effectively or not, and are they producing the type of product that you actually want, because sometimes we can produce reject items, then it's a waste of time, it's a waste of material. So this is an indicator. Yeah, in some other courses I will deal with it, but not now. Yeah. But sufficient to say that in maintenance costs, there's what you call the direct cost, which is very visual. Yeah, just like the tip of the iceberg. It's very visual, but if you're not doing your maintenance properly, then actually the what you call the unseen of indirect cost actually can cost you much more. The theory of the iceberg is 10% is on top, 90% is on the bottom. So 90% of this what they call indirect cost is actually things that you don't see. Things like for example, if you don't produce a quality product, what happens is you throw away the product or you rework it. So you're spending more time, more resources to cope with the inequality. And now you got customer who are not happy, they don't come back and buy again. So you got loss of sales. So the losses are actually big. Losses are big time. Yeah. So in order for us to actually know what's happening, like what we always say that unless we know what we are measuring, or unless we have the data, we will not be able to we will not be able to uh, know how our equipment and department are performing. Yeah, like for example, how do you know how much money you should maintenance expenditure? How much you should be spending on this equipment. How much you are supposed to spend on this component. What are some of the problems that need to be resolved? Are you picking them up and not? Of course, some of the equipment metric, yeah, for improvement. So all this need to be there for you to actually make the your maintenance department profitable. So that instead of spending more money, you spend less. You see, in general, what happens is engineers are very good technicians. You got a problem, we fix it up. But unfortunately, sometimes a lot of the engineers are very bad administrators. Yeah. So you ask them for a report, they cannot give you. You ask them for figures, they cannot give you. Ask them when the thing break down, they cannot tell you properly. Because why? Because you don't have proper recording. Yeah. So in order to make our department profitable, we need to have some strategy to reduce downtime, to improve OE, which is the overall equipment effectiveness. Expose downtime. I mean, in the sense to make it visual. Yeah, so that's the reason why we have visual management. So that things that are giving you problem are visual that you can easily see that, and how to reduce downtime through team awareness, so on and so forth. Now, one of the some of the key things in how to reduce losses, equipment losses, have to do with these six major losses, which normally we teach this in our TPM, total productive maintenance. Because your machine losses, in other words, when the machine is not producing, it's not only because machine breakdown. When machine breakdown, you don't produce. But if the machine is not running at the optimum speed, so for example, if you buy a machine that supposed to run 100 can per minute, is only running at 50 can per minute, so you are having what we call a performance issue. Yeah. And of course, not to talk about all those minor stoppages. Every now and then the machine stop, it fixes up, it stop, it fixes up. And the cause of unquality. Now, in order to put all these things back into proper place, we undergirding all this, we need to have what they call a continuous improvement program in everything, whether it's administration, whether it's quality, whether it's production. Maintenance management is the same. We need to have a continuous improvement. And if you see all this program that you have, undergirding all this, you need to have what they call a good preventive maintenance plan. Okay. So therefore, in order to improve our maintenance into a profit center, we need to tackle all this and be aware of that. So how do you actually increase asset life? How do you increase asset life? One simple answer is actually by having good maintenance. Having good maintenance. Or like I told you before, to reduce these six major losses. Because these six major losses, when it happens, your machine is not producing. So if your machine is not producing, the machine is like redundant. I mean, now it's like it's running but not giving you output. When it break down, when you are doing setup, when you have a minor stoppages, when you reduce the speed, instead of running at optimum, your defect, every time you produce some defect, you throw away. It's as good as not producing. So in order to have an increased asset life, you need to have a strategy how to tackle all these six major problems. Now, one of the things that most companies are doing, at one time it was quite popular. They call it total productive maintenance, whereby it's quite a it is quite a comprehensive sort of maintenance management system, where it incorporate a lot of preventive maintenance, predictive maintenance, condition-based monitoring, come up with problem solving, how to reduce the losses and all that. And how do you know that you are improving? They have what they call the OEE, again, overall equipment effectiveness, to show you how how effective is actually your equipment, is it the difference between effectiveness and efficiency, is it? Efficiency talk about how fast you do something. Effectiveness is how you do things right. In other words, you produce 60 units of goods, 60 units of them are good. Where efficiency is you produce the 60 unit very fast, but half of them is reject. That's no. So that is efficiency. You can do things fast, but no. So this is one of the picture that we already give. That no. It's not like how fast you do the thing, but how effectively. Yeah. You can go very fast, but in the wrong direction, then at the end of the day, it doesn't buy you anything. So in order for us to have in order for us to have what they call increased asset life, the one of the measurement is actually OEE. So OEE will tell us, is your equipment effectively improving. Yeah. So for the given time, it can produce more. It can produce more. Then actually you are maximizing your equipment. So OEE is a quantifiable number there, a way to measure equipment, a way to measure people, processes, and all that. How good is the process? How good are the people? It has to do with these three items, which we call availability, performance, and quality. Now, having said that, having said that, uh, so first I thought I said, look, we need to be very what they call profit oriented, in the sense that how to reduce cost in your maintenance department. Because if your if for example if you were to maintain your equipment and to run the way you want and spend a lot of money, there's no point. There's not real payback, in the sense you spend a lot of money to do little thing. So we must be very cost conscious. That at all times we need to be able to spend the optimum amount of money for the maximum amount of benefit. Yeah. So we need to look at how to do that. And one of the ways is actually I told you the OEE, and it's a good measurement. We may come back to the OEE metric in some other talks. And then, of course, then we want to look at the maintenance strategy. What sort of maintenance strategy do you want? Yeah. Now, in maintenance strategy, if you see that there are many what they call maintenance management program in the market today. You need to incorporate some of this together. So you cannot just take TPM, for example, and but you need to combine them. You need to combine them a bit here and there to get your maximum output. TPM, total productive maintenance, is another new another category of topics that we want to deal with sometime in future. And then, of course, there are reliability center maintenance. Now, reliability center maintenance is quite a complex sort of maintenance system. So, like for example, if you're talking about the airplane aviation industry, it started off in the aviation industry anyway, where when you get step onto the plane, your assurance of reaching your destination is always there. You know that although we do hear of some misship strategy on aviation, but it's very small compared to your car accident and all that. So you see, what they use is actually reliability center maintenance, making sure that every part operate reliability. That's the whole issue. And then of course you have predictive maintenance. Now predictive maintenance is quite can be used in the same way as condition-based monitoring. Again, we may want to do some of this in some other time. And of course, CMMS is another system that you need to adopt as a strategy. Root cause failure analysis is another one of those things that you may want to actually look at. Yeah, so a different type of plant maintenance, preventive maintenance, you know, we can do predictive, we can do condition monitoring, we can do corrective. We have emergency maintenance. So basically, these are the different type of maintenance that you do in your plant. Some of them are planned, some of them have to be, corrective in the sense that when people report, you fix it up. Emergency is like you do it now. So there are different strategy. You need to be able to do more planned maintenance and reduce the unplanned maintenance. That should be your strategy. I don't think we can arrive at a stage whereby we have zero. Of course, there's always a zero breakdown strategy, which you should be going for. But of course, in most plants, we will find it hard to achieve the zero breakdown thing. Uh, Although it's possible, but you need to come up with a strategy for that. But having said that, what I'm trying to drive at is we should have more planned maintenance rather than unplanned maintenance. Because the planned maintenance uh, will reduce what you call breakdowns and corrective action that needed, so on and so forth. So it should be this planned maintenance that we should be looking for. And how do we put all these things together? The way to put it together is actually use a CMMS. Yeah. So what that is a CMMS? CMMS basically stands for computerized maintenance management system. Yeah. It's a powerful tool to enhance the maintenance of the site through a database that stores information regarding machine parts, PM, schedule, works order. It can be upgraded to provide prediction of future action and pattern management and budget by trending analysis. So then again, you can see that CMMS basically is the software that store data, help us to determine regarding machine parts, regarding PM schedule, when to do what, and it can actually help us to generate work order. And when the work order is completed, we sort of feed it back into the computer. Computer should be able to give us or reassign another date deal for the equipment. Yeah. So CMMS also have reporting functionality. Yeah. Allowing manager to drill down and better understand plant, equipment, staff performance. This can allow for deep analysis. So in other words, if you do have a breakdown, for example, and if you categorize the breakdown and say, look, this time is a motor problem, the next time is a belt problem, the next time is a gear problem. So if you do collect all this data on a sort of a regular basis and on a extended period, you can then actually look at this equipment and say, look, most of the time, what sort of breakdown does it occur? And if every time is a bearing problem, what did we do? We do the same thing and it happened again. Maybe our strategy of repairing is wrong. So therefore, you need to break that out and do a root cause failure analysis. Yeah, that's where some of the strategy, maintenance strategy is. I told you, so that you can do some analysis and so on. It also have a data set to help us to to give you report on machine utilization, what is the uptime, what is the downtime, what is the MTBF, mean time between failure, what is the OEE, so on and so forth. So therefore, CMMS is actually the software that capture a lot of data. And today, is capturing of data is everything. Yeah, even in the internet, is hard. Even even the AI, the chat GPT, is about data set. It's about accumulation of information, of data. Yeah. So if we can do that, we can actually use it to enhance our maintenance management system, which will go a long way to increase our asset life. Now CMMS basically is used for many things, like you use to track work order. You can generate work order, you can track work order, and then work order. Every time the computer generate the work order, your work order can be in the area of planned maintenance and planned maintenance. So you will track whether the job is completed, not completed. You can actually record your asset history. So you can just pull out and find out for the length of this 5-10 years what is happening to this machine. And you can actually manage inventory. Basically is a spare part management, and also scheduling tasks. You can put in your planned maintenance into the whole CMMS. You can actually external work requests, means work requests from other department, audit and certification. Okay, these are some of the records. So these are some of the things that you can actually do. So these are some of the things that you can do. So therefore, that is CMMS. CMMS incorporate all these things: asset management, a record of your asset, a record of your works order, help you to do planning and scheduling. Help you to manage your spare parts. Whether you have a spare part or do not have a spare part. And out of this, what are some of the benefits? Yeah. So CMMS is actually a maintenance tool. Yeah. Just like you use a spanner, you use a test pan, as a maintenance tool. It's a management tool. It helps you to analyze, it helps you to control, it helps you to monitor. Now, what are some of the benefits that you can actually get out from there? Now, generally, these are some of the things that have been said of CMMS, and also for those who have used it, they will be able to confirm it. Now, some of the benefit of for CMMS is, if you look at this chart, then we have increased asset lifespan, and performance. It speed up works order completion, enhanced inventory, improve safety, centralized data. So it can actually increase asset life. Why does it do that? Because the reason why you can do that is, if you believe in preventive maintenance, if you believe in planned maintenance, then having a CMMS, it give you a very disciplined way of doing things, where things can be recorded. If things are not done, it can be highlighted. In maintenance, a lot of times, one of the problem with this, we can plan, but we never do. And who is there to chase us? Sometimes nobody. And because there's nobody chase you think it's no, you just hide under the just push it under the carpet, and then you move on to the next month. And if next month there's a lot of firefighting again, you leave it undone. So CMMS is a very disciplined way of doing your plant maintenance. You can highlight things that are not done, so that people can track, and then yeah. So you have a supervisor on top of you. He should expect you to uh, give a report, what has been done, what has not been done. And it speed up work order completion. It generate work order. Sometimes, in some company, it takes time before work order is generated. But with CMMS, you just go in, type in some, generate a work order, and then your whatever department will get it. It enhance inventory management. So it's part of spare part management is always part of CMMS. So you can actually, check what's the spare part you have, what's the spare part you don't have, how much money you are spending on this spare part, how much money this spare part has been spent on the equipment. So you can always link things up. So we have a very good sort of information based knowledge of where the costing is going into, what equipment is spending more money, and why. If you overspend on certain things like pumps or certain bearing, go and check why. Which category of equipment spend so much on this type of bearing? What is the reason? Maybe there's some issue not addressed. Yeah, and of course you can also use it as a safety sort of program, because today there's a lot of safety so-called require works order. So like for some hot work permit, you can generate hot work permit, and there's certain equipment that you need to require by law to have maintenance service, like your fire extinguisher, for example, your fire protection system. Well, it's mandatory by law. So so if you put it in the CMMS system, you will not forget, yeah, and not to mention about all the pressure vessels and all that. Yeah, and you centralize your maintenance data. Everything is down there in one sort of data set. You can do schedule maintenance. Okay, you can plan it so that you know when the equipment can be stopped for repair, and you can tell your production in advance. You can tell your boss in advance. And you can get the parts ready in advance, because there's no point scheduling to do a minor overhaul without the parts. And also it generate accurate reports. In other words, it give you quite good reporting system. Now, those are some of the things that the CMS can do. Okay. Now, basically, these are the few things that I told you lah. How do you increase asset life? Good maintenance system. Then you need to understand the maintenance strategy. What are the maintenance strategy that is available for you to use? Adopt them. Yeah. Like I put in the caption, that there's no silver bullet in it. What it means is you don't just depend on one. Yeah. You may need to combine some of them together. And undergirding it, because it's a maintenance, operative maintenance or plant maintenance issue, it makes sense that you computerize them. So you use the CMMS will give you a more centralized based information set. And out of that you get all the benefit of a maintenance system, whereby I told you can actually expect improve or increase asset life. You have good centralized maintenance. You can use it for safety. Some of the safety thing is you got your spare part, you got works order, then you got the scheduling. So all of these are part and parcel of how you can actually make improvement. So at the end of the day, the 2 points that you should get from these talks, if you do not, is in order to increase your asset life, you need to have a good maintenance management system. And to make it good, you need to computerize them. Just like in anything today, whether it's accounting system, you want to make your accounting system effective and good, you need to have a computerized accounting system. So in every area, we need to move into IT technology to help us to enhance that. So with that, I will actually have finished my talk. So if there's any Q and A, if there's any Q and A, I would actually take some questions.